Does it matter what I decide to do with them? Well, they are my arch nemesis, so I think I deserve to decide what their fate is. No, I haven't forgotten who's in charge. The almighty, intelligent, conquering Cerebex, leader of the immoral society perpetuating crime for global domination. I still don't think that acronym is as good as you think it is. Look, I did my part, so just cut me some slack now, okay? I promise I'll be in tomorrow morning. We can discuss this when I get... Sack of bolts and hate. Just cut me off. But that's not important. How you feeling, darling? Eager to escape, are we? I'm afraid that won't be happening. Not until I can... Don't try to use your super strength. The ropes are atomized with a special compound that will tighten and zap you when they get stretched too far out. As of now, I am the one and only key to your freedom. And I will let you was your career. I was a scientist for Moon Laboratories. We met when you were investigating my boss's work in human and animal splicing. You even saved me from becoming a genetic test subject. I think they wanted to make me a wolf, if I recall. Something fierce and obedient. Their words. Ugh. You don't remember that incident? That doesn't surprise me, seeing as that was one of the main changes that happened. You weren't there to stop my boss from conducting that experiment on me, changing me into something inhuman. I killed them before they could completely apply the mental programs meant to control me. But a few sadly slipped through. Programs designed to remove my resistance to killing. The ability to properly discern right from wrong. Things like that. Even if I still remember what it was like to have those feelings. You didn't know because we never had a chance to talk. Every time I tried, it was always in a fight. Good versus evil, hero versus villain, you versus me. How was I supposed to say, hey, my brain's all messed up, and that's why I'm so evil, when you're so busy trying to knock me out? Don't look so down. You're always the sentimental member of the Terrific 10. I'm glad to see that hasn't changed. But I truly do not blame you for fighting me. It's just the roles we had to play until now. Besides, I have a feeling you wouldn't have given me a chance if I asked anyways. Look at me. A hideous freak, mutated by science. Fur along my face. Ears designed to track prey. Eyes meant to intimidate. My hands are so sharp, I can barely hold on to something without scratching it. I had to take so many precautions to get you here safely, to stroke your cheek like the good old days. You always did have a way with words, my love. I know, I'm a monster. But I thank you for saying otherwise. The worst part is, I tried to find a cure. And the only person who seems to have the knowledge needed... Yes, Cerebex, the leader of the ISPCGD, the world's leading supervillain organization. He's the only one who has the means of curing me and letting me become human again. And before you ask, he gave me a sample, enough to let me be human again for a few hours before I reverted back. The price for my cure was to remove you from the board. Cerebex wants each member of the Terrific 10 disposed of before he makes his masterstroke to conquer the planet. I told you! I told you. Please, do not struggle. I really, really don't want to see you hurt, my darling. I understand your agitation. You don't want to see people get hurt. You're always like that. It's why you became a hero in the first place. Even as a child, when you pulled your mother and father out of that house fire, you always said that was the moment you knew being a hero was what you were meant to do. You told me on our third date. We went to the restaurant you liked, the Still House down on Cherry Street. We both talked about our families, my grandmother being the original chemical woman, and how she inspired me to become a scientist. And you told me about your parents encouraging you to be such a kind, loving, and amazing individual. I see. I'm sorry. I already knew that my mother wasn't chemical woman in this world. None of the original moral champions exist in the history books. The first appearance of what we call superheroes only happened 5 years ago with the Metropolitan, from what I've read. But I genuinely did not know that your father left you when you were young. I did so much research into you before our fights and today's abduction, but that seems to have skipped my gaze. I'm sorry. I should have realized your life became darker as well after the origin point's rupture. Ah, yes. I almost forgot to explain the disparity in our memories, as well as why everything is so wrong. Back when we were together, a villain called the Starbreaker emerged from space. Some kind of cosmic overlord vowing to destroy the entire universe and remake it in his image. He flooded the planet with an army of darkness, which he fled to the origin point of the universe, a single linear point in space and time where all the information in the multiverse is connected. Being an anchor point of the multiverse, he had to invade Earth to reach it. While we fought on Earth to protect our homes, the Metropolitan flew to the origin point, with the other cosmic heroes to confront the Starbreaker. For what it's worth, you managed to convince so many people, heroes and villains alike, to stand and fight the insurmountable army. Even civilians like myself were convinced to pitch in. Although, I would stand with you any day, darling. As powerful as the Metropolitan was, however, they still couldn't completely defeat the Starbreaker. And so, the two collided into the origin point. What happened from there, I assume, is that the origin point absorbed the Metropolitan's good nature and the Starbreaker's evil heart before reforging the universe with both influences. And that's why heroes like you still exist, even with everything so much darker. Your father leaving, the moral champions not being around to help fight in World War II, the grasshopper losing his wife to some man named Paul, the Metropolitan being so isolated from humanity, my experiment breaking me, turning me into a villain. The world was saved, but so many lives were ruined. My life ruined. Our lives ruined. Though no fault of our own. It's not fair. It's just not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair! I know. I know I need help, sweetheart. Why do you think I'm working for Streepex? Why do you think I abducted you? Once you and I are together again, everything will be better. I can go back to being human. We'll be married again. Everything will be fine. No. I'm not being taken advantage of. I know Cerebex will betray me. That's why I've taken precautions. As smart as they are, it's really just a brain inside of a steel body. And you know how good I am with chemicals. Once they gave me the antidote, I'll synthesize it after killing them. They won't see it coming. I don't need psychological help. I know what's wrong with me, what's wrong with everyone else. I may have had my morality eroded by that experiment, but I still remember everything. I remember being good. I remember you. Our time together, our love, it lives free in my mind. This, this was a locket you bought me on our 6th-month anniversary. After I bought you that watch you wanted. Look at the photo inside. It's you and me on our honeymoon. Look at how happy we're together. Please. It's not Photoshop. It's real. All of it was real. The love you and I felt for each other was real. You trusted me when we were held hostage by Madame Valentine and forced to confess our love truthfully or die. You told me you knew that my feelings for you were sincere. So why don't you believe me now? You don't remember. Of course, you don't remember the reboot of the multiverse. I don't know why I kept my memories. Maybe it was the fact that I was hiding underneath one of Starbreaker's minions when the reboot hit. Maybe it was the chemical nature I had on me. Maybe it was my unyielding love for you. I don't know. I just remember everything, including us. Please, you have to believe me. You're everything to me. Even now, I don't want to lose you again. I can't lose you again. If you won't accept me, I'll make you remember. Dr. Membrane gave me a mind-controlled device. I'd hate to have to use it. But if it will get you to accept the truth of what happened, I'll do it. Darling, no! Darling, sweetheart, honey, why'd you do that? You overloaded your restraints. You'll knock yourself out. It is what it is, my darling. I'm sorry, but you've left me no choice. I'll call Dr. Membrane now and make sure I do this right. With any luck and the extra notes from my former boss on conditioning, I should find a way to make you remember our love. I'm sorry it panned out this way, my darling. But if this is the world that we have to live in, I'm left with no choice but to fix it. If I am cursed to be the villain now, my only option is to make you a villain as well. Because I know, even if I could fix myself to be good again, you wouldn't give me the time of day. Not in this universe. So now, my only recourse is to make you a villain, just like me. You'll still keep that noble, compassionate spirit of yours. Otherwise, it wouldn't be you. But hopefully, we can make you a villain who won't harm civilians. I need you, but not if every part of you I love is gone. Just the problematic bits. Just rest in my fur for now, darling. Another side effect from my boss's experiments. But it does make me rather soft and warm, doesn't it? You know, back before all of this, we talked about having a child. I wonder if they would inherit my fur, even after I take the antidote? I'll have to run some tests, once we reach that stage, of course. Things are messy now, beloved. But I promise you, as the dark count, I will make it right. Everything will be not how it's supposed to be, but we'll be together again. And that is what matters most, my love. Nothing will be able to break us apart. Not Cerebrex, not the Metropolitan, not your twisted memories. Not even the broken and rebooted universe itself. Once we're back together, everything will be better. I promise. Sweet dreams, my love. maybe be together again once the helmet fixes you. Even if the world ends tomorrow, we'll always be together. That's what it means to be married to someone you love. Right, darling?